why. I mean, but it it was good. I mean, it had a lot of good things to it, like Forrest Whitaker. The action of the movie was very good, and the concept was good, and I liked it. So, Kevin, why don't you say you're good for Vantage Point?
The good of Vantage Point, the action was good. I like that it kept you on your toes a lot, and I actually like the car chasing scenes. I really usually hate the car chasing scenes, but they kind of kept me on edge and, kind of, awakened me after the first beginning. It was kind of a little boring, but I thought it was pretty action-packed.
So, now let's get to the bad. Let's start with Max. The bad of Vantage Point.
Well, like I said, the beginning was a little slow. It was nodding off. Couldn't really get into it. And I have to say, got very annoyed with the repeated going back in time to noon every single day to get from every person's point of view. That started to get really obnoxious, and I was pretty upset.
Well, my bad was they kept rewinding it over and over and over and over again. That irritated me a little bit.
Yeah,
and
a lot of people in the audience sighed. Whenever that happened, everyone went, oh, not again.
And also, I was upset that the reporter died in the movie.
And that's not really giving much away. I mean, a lot of people are like, no, we gave it away. It's really not. I mean, that happens in the first, 2 minutes of the movie. So, it's really, I don't know. For me, the bad of Vantage Point was the camera movement. I mean, it reminded me of one of the Bourne movies. I mean, in Cloverfield, the camera movement worked. I mean, because it's handheld. In this movie, the camera was all over the frickin' place. It stopped moving. If you get, I don't know. If you didn't like the Bourne movies with the camera movement, I would skip Vantage Point. I don't know. I didn't get upset during Cloverfield with the camera movement, but that's because it worked. This movie, not so much.
Oh, and it's 8 strangers, too.
Now the ugly.
I mean, I like the movie, but just the whole concept I think is really far-fetched. The idea that, this bomb's going to go off where the president is and we're going to have him get shot and everything. I think security's a little too high to ever let that happen, really, like anywhere in the world. I'm sure, someday maybe if Obama or Hillary become president, because I think that's pretty controversial, but still I can't see, the security being, so, that they would let a president get shot like that.
Vantage Point. The ugly. For me, the ugly of the movie was probably the Dennis Quaid was my ugly. I just thought he wasn't a very good actor, and I don't know. I just think he's kind of fake. I've never seen a good Dennis Quaid movie except this.
Dennis Quaid's an amazing actor.
Name one good movie he's been in besides Vantage Point. Name one good movie.
The Rookie.
The Parent Trap.
The Parent Trap.
Parent Trap was a good movie.
It wasn't a good movie.
It was good. It was good.
That was good.
It was good.
I was just, Please excuse me while I go vomit.
Anyways,
I don't explain.
My ugly was the fact that throughout the whole film, the reporter in the beginning had most of the lines. And she was in it for 5 minutes, and then the rest of the cast is, watch out, run! And so I thought that was ugly. It was a lot of grunts and moans and yells. That's it. So that was my ugly.
Okay, now let's go over to Corey and Matt's review of Step Up 2, The Streets. Corey, tell us the synopsis of Step Up 2, The Streets.
Well, I think we're going to have Matt do the storyline here.
Okay, Matt, why don't you do the storyline?
Alright, the movie starts out, as a little, she's just talking about, I guess it probably, I didn't see the first movie.
Here, I'll do it. Okay, so Step Up 2, sequel to Step Up 1, and
really?
The story, doesn't really connect at all with Step Up 1. The one character from Step Up 1 he has about 2 lines in this next movie, and it just doesn't really connect. It's just basically a whole new movie, but just with the same dance moves. But basically, this girl, she she's a rebel. She doesn't follow the rules, and so she decides to go to this school so she doesn't have to be sent away. And so it's just her trying to get through her dancing life and basically make some friends and dance. So the good, the bad, and the ugly. Do you want to say the good?
The good. I thought the dancing was the good part of the movie. Like, I thought all the moves were sweet and what they did was sweet. So I think the dancing was the good for me. What?
The good, I would also have to say the dancing was awesome. And the acting was surprisingly better than I thought it would be. Like, I thought it would be one of those movies that it was just really stupid and fake, but I don't know. It was good.
Alright, the bad. The bad for me is I think the storyline could have been better. Like, the storyline wasn't all that good, but the dancing saved it. I think the storyline could have been, like, a little bigger and, like, longer and stuff, but it was, like, basically brief and, like, it was just went with the same concept the whole time.
Okay, the bad for me is how they didn't connect at all to the first one. I just didn't like that. Because they shouldn't call it Step Up 2 if it's not going to connect to Step Up 1 at all. So, I don't know. It had nothing to do with Step Up 1.
Alright, the ugly. I think the acting could have been better. Like, the acting wasn't all that good. They just looked like they knew how to dance, that's all I think. But they really didn't know how to act that well. So, the ugly?
I don't know. I guess I would have to say how it didn't connect again. I just didn't really like that at all. I don't know. They just shouldn't connect it to if they're not going to connect it.
Okay, thank you, Corey and Matt, for that interesting view of Step Up to the Streets. Now, you guys, it's time for my personal favorite part of the show, the final countdown. During the final countdown, we all pick our favorite movie of the week. We all get one vote, and there's five of us, and there's 5 of us this week. Yes, Matt, I know. There's 5 of us this week, so there will be a movie of the week. There'll be no ties, there'll be no split decisions. We will come out with a conclusion, unless somebody runs away. I don't want to give anybody any ideas. There goes Max. No, I'm kidding. So, Max, why don't you give your pick for the week?
I would have to say my pick for the week, Mike, is Vantage Point, just because I cannot stand any more of these stupid dancing movies.
Okay. My pick of the week is Step Up to the Streets. No, I'm totally kidding. Vantage Point. Vantage Point was a good movie. It was entertaining. It kept my attention most of the movie. I mean, I too did nod off a little bit towards the beginning, but it picked itself up. It had a really good end to it. I liked it a lot. So, and I really don't like the idea of dance movies and a sequel. I mean, the last thing we need is another sequel after last year's 50 million sequels, you know? So I'm going with Vantage Point. So that's 2 votes for Vantage Point. Corey, why don't you pick your movie of the week?
I'm going to have to join them with Vantage Point. Even though I haven't seen it, it sounded really good and probably will be better than Step Up 2. A lot of movies will.
Wait, stop! Rewind.
That's good.
Anyway,
yeah.
I would have to say Vantage Point because I am getting sick of the dance movies, even though I really like Step Up 1. And it does bother me that Step Up 2 is not like Step Up 1 or it didn't connect anyway. And also with the dance movie, it's the same concept with a girl or a guy who's a rebel who goes to this school and now they're a dancer. They start out with ballet and now they're hip hop. It's just a mock copy of Save the Last Dance, the first original dance movie. After that, they start pouring out. I go with Vantage Point.
My turn. I hate everyone on this show, so I'm gonna pick Step Up too. No,
I forgot the streets, Matt.
The Street. No, I'm kidding. I couldn't pick this movie. I hate